In the vibrant city of Benin, Edo State, a prominent figure emerged within the notorious Maphite Confraternity. Schoolboy, a charismatic and energetic individual, had risen through the ranks to become one of the leaders of the cult group. His esteemed position as number 2 was a testament to his influence and authority within the organization. Schoolboy's extroverted personality and lively demeanor made him a compelling figure, capable of electrifying any gathering with his presence. His years of active involvement in the confraternity lifestyle had earned him a reputation as a force to be reckoned with in Benin City, a hotbed of cult activity. Despite the city's notorious reputation for cult wars, which had claimed the lives of numerous prominent and notorious cult figures over the years, Schoolboy had managed to avoid becoming a popular target in previous confraternity fracas. One of the key factors contributing to Schoolboy's enduring presence in the cult scene was his close-knit friendship with S3XY, a fellow member of Maphite. Their bond was exceptionally strong, with the two often inseparable. They were frequently seen together, their camaraderie and shared experiences forging an unbreakable connection between them. S3XY, like Schoolboy, was a well-known figure within the Maphite confraternity, and their friendship only served to strengthen their positions within the organization. As Schoolboy navigated the complex and often treacherous world of cult politics, his friendship with S3XY proved to be a valuable asset. Together, they presented a united front, their bond and loyalty to one another serving as a deterrent to potential rivals and adversaries. Schoolboy's reputation as a leader and a force to be reckoned with within the Maphite confraternity was, in part, due to his association with S3XY and the strength of their friendship. Despite the dangers and uncertainties inherent in the cult lifestyle, Schoolboy and S3XY had managed to carve out a niche for themselves within the Maphite confraternity. Their friendship and loyalty to one another had become legendary within the organization, and their names were often mentioned in the same breath. As they continued to navigate the complex and often deadly world of cult politics, their bond would be tested in ways they never could have imagined. A devastating clash erupted between the Black Axe and Maphite confraternities, plunging the city into chaos. The two rival groups engaged in a brutal and relentless cycle of assassinations, resulting in numerous reported deaths and casualties. The once peaceful city teetered on the brink of anarchy as the confraternity war escalated, threatening to engulf everything in its path. The origins of this deadly conflict traced back to the University of Benin, where the seeds of discord had been sown. Over time, the conflict spread like wildfire, engulfing the entire city and leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. The Maphite confraternity's assassination of S3XY, a prominent member of the Black Axe, proved to be the catalyst that escalated the conflict into an all-out war. In a quest for revenge, the Black Axe confraternity set its sights on two high-profile targets within the Maphite confraternity, Schoolboy and S3XY. However, eliminating these two individuals proved to be no easy task. The Black Axe confraternity devoted considerable time and resources to orchestrate and execute a plan to take down Schoolboy and S3XY, with the entire operation taking over a month to come to fruition. The complexity and difficulty of this task were compounded by the fact that Schoolboy and S3XY were extremely cautious and vigilant individuals. As prominent members of the Maphite confraternity, they were well aware of the dangers that came with their affiliation and had taken extensive measures to protect themselves. The Black Axe confraternity had to be meticulous in their planning, using every tool at their disposal to gather intelligence and stay one step ahead of their targets. As the days turned into weeks, the tension continued to build, with both sides engaging in a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. The city held its breath, awaiting the inevitable outcome of this deadly conflict. The fate of Schoolboy and S3XY hung in the balance, as the Black Axe confraternity closed in for the kill. The question on everyone's mind was, would they succeed in their mission, or would Schoolboy and S3XY manage to evade their assassins and live to fight another day? In a shocking and brazen display of violence, the Black Axe confraternity launched a series of coordinated attacks that would leave a trail of death and destruction in its wake. The first casualty of their rampage was a police officer, who was brutally run over by the Axeman's vehicle. As the officer lay dying, the Axeman seized the opportunity to snatch his AK-47 rifle, a weapon that would soon be used to devastating effect. The Black Axe confraternity's next target was Schoolboy, a prominent member of the Maphite confraternity. With the stolen AK-47 rifle in hand, the Axemen tracked Schoolboy to the Okan community in Benin City, where they launched a surprise attack. Schoolboy, caught off guard, was gunned down in cold blood, his life cut short in a senseless act of violence. The killing of Schoolboy sent shockwaves through the Maphite Confraternity, and the Axemen knew that their work was far from over. Emma Sexy, a close friend and fellow Maphite member, was next on their hit list. The Axemen, driven by a desire for revenge and domination, hunted down Emma Sexy and brutally murdered him, leaving another family to mourn the loss of a loved one. The police, however, were hot on the trail of the Axemen, thanks to a crucial piece of evidence, the vehicle plate number, which had been copied down by a witness. With this information, the police launched a high-speed chase, determined to bring the perpetrators to justice. The Axemen, realizing that they were being pursued, abandoned their vehicle and fled on foot, leaving behind a trail of destruction and chaos. As the police continued their investigation, they couldn't help but wonder what had driven the Axemen to commit such heinous crimes. Was it a desire for power and control, or a twisted sense of revenge? The brutal assassination of Schoolboy and Emma Sexy sent shockwaves of grief and outrage throughout the community, sparking a massive public uproar. Both victims were not only prominent members of the Maphite Confraternity but also highly influential and beloved figures within their community. Their senseless murder left a gaping void, causing widespread anguish and sorrow. The community, still reeling from the devastating news, rallied together in a show of solidarity and condemnation. The elders of the community, revered for their wisdom and spiritual authority, took it upon themselves to perform a solemn ritual. With heavy hearts, they walked through the streets, invoking a powerful curse upon those directly or indirectly responsible for the heinous crime. The air was thick with emotion as the elders called upon the ancestors and the gods to avenge the senseless murder of two of their own. The city was plunged into a state of collective agony and sadness, as if a dark cloud had descended upon its residents. The once vibrant streets were now filled with mourners, their faces etched with grief and despair. The sound of wailing and crying echoed through the air, a haunting reminder of the devastating loss. The tragic event served as a stark reminder of the evil that cultism represents. It is a scourge that affects not only individuals but entire communities, leaving behind a trail of destruction and heartbreak. Cultism is a plague that must be eradicated, a toxic influence that can destroy lives and tear families apart. The senseless murder of Schoolboy and Emma Sexy was a wake-up call, a stark reminder that cultism is a menace that must be confronted head-on. It is a threat that requires collective action, a call to arms for parents, educators, community leaders, and law enforcement to join forces in combating this evil. As the community came to terms with the loss of two of its brightest stars, one thing became clear: cultism is a curse that must be broken. It is a destructive force that can only be vanquished through a concerted effort to educate, enlighten, and empower. The memory of Schoolboy and Emma Sexy must serve as a catalyst for change, a reminder that the fight against cultism is a fight for the very soul of our communities.